everyone. This is Underground Examination. I'm Amanda, and we are live with the band Stolen Rhodes. So we're going to get right into some questions. Let's start with the basics. Can you please introduce yourself and the members of your band?
Sure. My name is Kevin Cunningham. I play the lead guitar. That's Matt Pillion on rhythm and lead vocals. Jack Zaffries on lead bass, and Chris James on lead drums.
Great, awesome. It's a pleasure to have you guys here today. So tell us a little bit about the band. How did you come to be?
So the band formed a few years ago. Basically, I had written a lot of songs. I wasn't playing music with anybody at the time, and I needed some guys to help me flesh out the songs. And
Okay.
What started out as just like a project turned into a touring rock and roll band.
Awesome. So how did you select these guys? They cut the mustard, huh?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it's just a matter of we had really good musical chemistry.
Wonderful.
And
So,
came through.
so how did you get the name Stolen Rhodes?
So there's a couple stories that go into that. Matt, for one, had a old keyboard, which is called a Fender Rhodes, stolen from him way back when. Oh, I lost the mic. Oh, thank you. Yeah, he had a Rhodes stolen from him when he was in college.
Yeah.
And then we may or may not have gotten one back for him. So that's how the name Stolen Rhodes came about.
I got you. Okay. So how would you define your music? How would you describe it?
So I always call it Americana rock. There are some British influences in there too, like of course, like some Stones and Led Zeppelin and stuff like that. But I always call it Americana rock because we don't really try to put ourselves into any one particular genre. There's some songs that are a little twangy, so they got a kind of a country feel to them. There's
Right.
some songs that are a little more driving. They kind of have that, British feel to it. So I just think of that as American rock and roll.
Well, I personally would love to hear some. So should we get started with Nowhere Fast? Nowhere Fast.
In the morning I believe it.
Awesome. Rock the house with that one. I don't know if they felt it out there, but I felt it in here. So, you guys have opened for some pretty big names in the music industry. What have been your favorites? And tell us a little bit more about those experiences. What was that like?
Yeah, sure. So we've gotten the chance to open for a lot of awesome artists. Robert Randolph, the Marshall Tucker Band has taken us out on tour. Our good buddies Blackberry Smoke. This summer we got to open for Miranda Lambert, which was pretty cool. It's awesome. They're been very kind to us. They teach us a ton, especially the guys who've been out on the road for 10, 20, 30 years and have made a lifestyle and a living out of this. So it's cool to see that. Cool to see stuff like Miranda Lambert, where she's at the very, very top. So you see how the the top 1% of touring bands live. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean it's always a pleasure to play with some of our heroes, and we would never give it up for anything in the world.
Right, for sure. Yeah, I totally wouldn't either. So you have an album that is going to be released soon called "Bend with the Wind." Tell me a little bit about the inspiration for the tracks on that album, and do you have a favorite?
Sure. I think that "Bend with the Wind," it's a lot of songs that we had written on the road, that we had written while we were touring last summer, especially. So we had a chance to play them for people and kind of road test a lot of them, and also some songs that we wrote in the studio, like "Get on Board." I think was written completely in the studio. I think my favorite song out of the whole list of tunes is probably a song called "Save Me." That song is it's one of those songs that kind of broke me out of a little bit of a writer's block when I wrote it, and it's really just about how music just has this power that seems to make everything better. So.
I totally agree. And so that's actually what's coming up next, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So
that was a nice segue into it.
Very good.
Unintended, by the
very
way. Very good. It worked out great.
So here is "Save Me," everyone. Enjoy.
When the day is over and I can't shake the blues, I pick out a record and I kick off my shoes. I drop the needle, I close my eyes, let the melody take me, let my spirit rise. Music's gonna save me. Yeah, music's gonna save me. Oh, when it's late in the evening and I can't sleep, I pick up my old guitar, strum along to my heartbeat. Harmony and rhythm, well, I'm under their command. Yeah, the neighbors can all kiss my ass if they don't understand. Music's gonna save me, gonna save me tonight. Make me feel better and make everything alright. Take me away from this heartache and grief. Music's gonna save me, gonna save me tonight.
Believe me, that was very nice. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Okay, so this next question is for the band, the whole entire band, but we'll start with you, Matt. How did you know, at what age did you know you wanted to pursue music and that is something that was a passion for you?
Wow, that's kind of tough. I grew up with music in my house when my father's a professional musician, music teacher. My mom plays piano, my sister plays piano. So we always had music in the house. I'd have to say when I got my first guitar, probably. I think that was when it kind of settled in for me. I was about 10 years old.
Okay.
It was for Christmas. I got a guitar for Christmas, and so I think that kind of started me off. It warped my fragile little mind, so to speak.
Gotcha.
It kind of got me on this path. So
It seems to be a lot of times that Christmas instrument sets it off. Okay, how about you?
For me, I kind of grew up. I had an older brother and sister who were children of the '80s, so there was always, Guns N' Roses, and my sister was super into Led Zeppelin, so there was always that type of music. But I still remember the moment it was for me. My brother put in the cassette tape of Jimi Hendrix at Woodstock, and I heard the Star Spangled Banner, and I was like, I need to do that for the rest of my life. So I went home immediately and picked up the guitar that he had quit on, which was an acoustic guitar, and tried to figure out Star Spangled Banner by Hendrix, which has a lot of fuzz and dive bombs and all this rock and roll stuff that you can't do on an acoustic. But
Yeah.
for me, I was hooked at that point. That was same thing. I was probably in whatever fourth grade is. So
But Jimmy will do it to you. Okay, I'm coming to you, Chris.
All right. Started back. My dad loved music. He would always put on some rock albums, and I just started pretty much banging on everything in the house. I annoyed my parents so much. They got me a drum kit at 11 years old for Christmas, and it was, it's
There you go. That's how it all started, right? Pots and pans and Christmas, yeah. All right,
Say
Zach.
like the same kind of thing, but yeah, my pop was a musician. Actually, my parents met while he was on tour down here in North Carolina, and there was like always a family band kind of, and they always needed a bass player, so they were just like I kind of was raised into playing the bass, and that's how it worked.
So you were forced into it, but you love it.
I was forced into it, yes, very, very forced into
But he loves it.
I love it though. Yes, I do. Yes.
Okay. Okay. All right. So, the lyrics. Are you in charge of most of the lyric writing, Matt?
I think just by volume, yeah. I mean, Kevin writes a lot too.
Okay.
And we kind of all, have a little bit of, some people have like one line that they change a little bit. So everybody's got their mark on the songs. And I always say that, the songs that I like to play the most in this band are the ones that we kind of all work together as a team.
Gotcha. So a collaborative effort.
Mhm.
Are there any requirements or rituals that aid in the writing process? Anything you have to have in order to write lyrics?
Not really. I've found that some of the lyrics that I like the most are ones that I've changed on the fly in the vocal booth. Like I'll be in the studio and the producer will be like, I think you can make that line a little stronger. And, so I'll be like, all right. And then usually some of my favorite lines from any of the recordings we've done have happened like that.
Mm-hmm.
But just like working on songs, I like to kind of have a, quiet room, maybe some candles or something
There you
like
go.
that. It's just,
Set
it's kind
the
of,
mood. Set the
it's
mood.
just, it's got to be the right kind of mood. It can't be like rushed. It can't be under the
Right.
gun. Although that doesn't always, like being under the gun in the vocal booth. We got to cut the song. All right. So sometimes that happens too, but more often than not, it's quiet time.
Very cool. So coming up next, we have Get On Board. Is that correct? All right. Let's go for it.
You can feel the rumble from far, far away. You can see the light shining bright like the break of day. Every man, every woman and child has a ticket and the train is right on time. The train called tomorrow is headed down one-way line. never what they seem. You can't help but wonder if the journey was all a dream. Then you hear that lonesome whistle blowing, and it brings you back around again. So this is how it started. Yeah, this is where it ends. Yeah. Yeah, you can almost, you can almost, and all you have left is a memory of the way things used to be, and the sorrow that you just can't cure. You can almost, you can almost, you can almost, when you're standing at the station, leave behind your self-destruction. And another day is your reward. You show the table to the door. Now you can
All right, get on board. You're belting it, Matt. I tell you what, I would get on board. Okay, so this is a different question. Either can answer. If you could play with anyone, living or deceased, who would you play with, and what would you play?
For me, it would probably be Jimi Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan. I'd love to just jam some blues with them and kind of get weird.
There you go.
I'd have to say the original full lineup of Led Zeppelin with John Bonham, of course. So,
All right. Rock it out. Okay, okay. So, any current projects that you're working on right now? Any new music in the works?
Yeah, so what we're doing right now is our album, Bend with the Wind. It's coming out November 1st everywhere, Amazon, iTunes. You can go to stolenrhodes.com, and that's RHODES.com. And we have our previous releases and some T-shirts and CDs and mugs and all that kind of fun merch stuff. But come the 15th of the month, you'll be able to pre-order Bend with the Wind, our new record. And again, it gets released November 1st.
Very awesome. We look forward to that. So something exciting coming up in 2017. You guys are going on your first European tour. Mm-hmm. How are you feeling about that?
I think it's going to be great. I mean, I've only heard good things. We have a lot of friends who've been over there. I mean, Blackberry Smoke, of course, the Delta Saints, a lot of guys who just have nothing but great things to say about Europe and about how, people are really into rock and roll. And they come out in droves. It's like a real priority to see live music, and I can't wait to be part of that. So. Yeah,
for sure. That would be super exciting. So this one I'm going to kind of throw in, but up to this point, I know you guys have traveled a lot, played a lot of gigs. What has been the most rewarding experience for you, being on the road, being an artist?
For me, I know it's personally just meeting all the fans and all the people that are just as into music as I am. And take time out of their schedules to come see us, travel, follow us, and they get into our music as I've gotten into Led Zeppelin or Blackberry Smoke or whatever it may be, James Taylor, Metallica, you name it. The way I get obsessed with music, they're just as obsessed with us, and it's cool to see how much happiness our music brings them, because I know that feeling, and they're the type of people that we shoot to play for and write and travel music because there's still music is such a big part of their lives like it is for us.
Right.
Yeah, I second that too. I would have said the same thing. I mean, it's just meeting fans and people who will put us up for a night, or multiple nights too. Just we're coming through town and they don't ask for anything in return. I mean, it's just to hang out with,
sheer
with
kindness,
the band, and that's amazing to me. So
very cool.
And
very, very cool. And I totally can see that reflected in the songs that you write, like Save Me, because it's reaching out beyond just rocking out in your car. You're actually trying to reach their heart, their soul, helping them overcome stuff they're going through. So
that's
with your music.
Best compliments that I've gotten is that, even for the short amount of time that we've been at it, compared to other bands, it's just that people saying like, wow, that song really helped me through something that Save Me especially, has really helped me through a tough time in my life. And that's just, it's humbling to hear somebody say that.
That makes all the stress worth it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure. So speaking of fans, how can they keep in touch and keep up to date with what's going on with Stolen Rhodes?
Sure. So we're on all, the major social medias. Again, it's Stolen Rhodes, RHODES.com. That's our main website. You can find us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and Tinder and whatever else you can imagine. We're probably on it. We have a YouTube channel that we always try to put some videos up of. You'll actually see we made a video for Save Me earlier this summer. But yeah, please follow along. We're going to be announcing more dates. We're going to be back in this area soon. We're going to be in Raleigh tonight, by the way. We're going to be at Slim's downtown before doing a tour down in Florida. We head out to the Midwest, and we'll be back here for 2 weeks in November in the Southeast before we kind of go home for a couple weeks for Thanksgiving, and then we start up again in December. We'll be playing with our buddies Marshall Tucker and doing some dates on our own. And like Matt had said, Europe in January. So follow us along if you're bored at work or stuck behind a desk and you want to follow the travelings of a band. Just go on our social media or websites, and hopefully we can get you out of your cube for a little bit.
Yeah, check that out, guys. So lots of awesome stuff coming up.
Yep.
Yeah, good times. All right, so thank you, everybody, for joining us for our underground examination. Stolen Rhodes is going to play us out with Sunshine Prophet. Thanks, guys.
Yourself for that disgrace.